I'm Amy Moles. I'm 34 years old. I live in the Washington, D.C. area now, fresh from Tampa, Florida. I started bodybuilding competitively in bikini class about 2 years ago. I hired a coach and he suggested that I start a vlog. I've never done a vlog in my life, so this is going to be a journey for both of us going through this entire process. First things first, I am in bulking stage. This will be the second time I compete in NPC. I've competed in 2 other OCB shows and then 1 NPC show. I did place in all 3. But most of the time, because I'm naturally more lean, feedback has always been more muscle mass and just bigger in general. So that's what we're going for. Last show, I was 102 pounds on stage, and the goal for this next show, which is going to be summer of 2025, will be stage weight of 110. I'm currently sitting at 120, so definitely in bulk and feeling it. I did hire a new coach. His name is Paul Ravella, and he's from Pro Physiques. He is in Tampa, Florida as well, but we're doing online coach. So I do check-ins once a week on Tuesday mornings at 2:30 in the morning before I go to the gym. And those check-ins are measuring left, right bicep, left and right quad, base, hips, chest, and then glutes. It also includes posing. So front pose, 2 different side poses, and then back pose, just to kind of get like an overall look of what we're going for. Basically, this vlog will be based off of each program block. So a program block is 4 weeks. And then after each check-in, I start week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and then at the end of week 4, I get a new program block from the coach. So that's what we'll be tracking for here. There's a lot of questions around nutrition and diet, so I wanted to kind of go over that. So on active training days, my macro counts, I track macros because I think it's a lot easier for my lifestyle. So it's 160 grams of protein daily, 285 on rest days, and then 300 grams on active days, and then 60 grams of fats on active days and 50 grams of fat on rest days. I am training 5 days a week, and then I do have 2 rest days. So something that is new to me. I would much rather have 7 days of active training days, but apparently you build muscle better if you actually recover. So questions we have is, what does your daily diet look like during your bulking phase? I think there's a common misconception that all I do is eat eggs and chicken and rice. All I do is eat eggs, chicken, and rice. I do mix vegetables. I actually had a lot of issues in the beginning of my bulk with digestion, which is like the first time I've ever had an issue with that. My body's pretty regular for the most part, so I started incorporating a lot more fruits into my diet. So now because we're tracking macros, I can eat out, but I'm measuring that food a little bit differently. So a little bit more conservatively when I do go out, because there's a lot of like cooking oils and fats and a lot of other stuff that are hidden in the kitchen that we can't see, that we're controlling when we're in our own kitchens. So I don't eat a lot of protein powders or anything like that. Instead of protein powders, I'm actually drinking egg whites, which I know sounds disgusting to a lot of individuals, but they're filtered, pasteurized egg whites, so they don't taste like anything. Kind of like drinking water, really thick water, really dense, thick water. And they take on any form of flavor that you put in. So I can do Hershey strawberry syrup, which is what's left over from the kids in the fridge right now. I'm trying to make my way through. You can do chocolate syrup. I've done vanilla syrup in there. I've done just straight Gatorade. Depends on what my macro count is for that evening. I usually drink it in the evenings because I'm trying to make up for not eating enough throughout the day, which has been a consistent problem. How do you manage to eat enough calories without feeling overly full? I don't know. I always feel full. I try to eat 3 meals a day and then 2 snacks. Usually my snacks are denser than what they probably should be. So for instance, my PM snack is usually cereal, and it's like 80 to 100 grams of Cocoa Krispies or Rice Krispies, which is a lot of carbs. But it's because I'm usually behind on my carbs, and it makes me feel fuller for longer, so I actually sleep a little bit heavier if I have more carbs in the evening. For me, it's about really just regulating, where I'm at throughout the day and just kind of checking in. My significant other constantly is checking in to make sure I'm eating when I should. So he also tracks macros, and that also makes it easier to have that type of support system. So you can both kind of keep each other accountable. Do you incorporate cheat meals or stay strict with your diet? My cheat meals are more of like if we go out to eat or we order in from, you know, Chipotle, Cava, you name it. They're always pretty standard. The app that I use to track my macros is actually called Carbon. You can enter in the nutrient breakdown there. It's not going to be exact, but it's close enough. So I consider that my cheat meal, but I'm still, some people won't track their cheat meal. I'm tracking all my meals, if there's a cheat meal or not. So every Wednesday is pizza night here, so we always order pizza. So I mean, that's a cheat meal, but I'm still ordering it and weighing it here in the kitchen. All right, how do you ensure you're gaining muscle and not just fat? This is why I hired a coach. I am not an expert. He's the expert. I'm not the expert. So basically what he's doing is he's making sure my fats are staying consistent so that I'm healthy, but also, you know, taking a look at all the measurements and my posing pictures and stuff like that, and then making a call on those adjustments to make sure that, you know, I'm, I guess, proportionate where I should be during bulk. What are my go-to foods for bulking? I mean, I already mentioned that. So egg whites are my go-to because they're easy. They taste like anything you want. I would much rather drink the majority of my food, so I go through smoothie phases here and there. So smoothies, egg whites. I eat oatmeal every single day, and I guess actually right now it kind of ebbs and flows, so it depends on what snack I'm craving the most. Right now I've been on an apple and peanut butter kick for a while, so I like dipping my peanut butter and apples and blending it all together. It's good for me, and it actually eats in a lot of my fats, so I always am behind on my fats usually, so that's my go-to. For dense protein, I'm usually just eating egg whites or chicken. I eat the same thing, not because I have to, it's more of out of a convenience, so I don't have to really think about it. I own my own business. I also have little ones, so it's like, it's a busy household. I don't want to think about what I need to eat. I also don't want to go on a meal plan. A lot of individuals choose a meal plan, so there's no thinking involved. I don't want to be that restricted in what I'm eating, so I kind of am on my own meal plan for the most part. So how does your training change during bulk compared to cutting? That is probably intensity and cardio. So right now I'm on no cardio. I count my daily steps. I have 8,000 steps a day that I'm supposed to hit, but it's not strict on if I hit those or not. It's just an accountability thing for me, and to kind of make sure that everything is moving in my body digestion wise, and, you know, things are healthy. For bulking, my weight that I'm pushing at the gym and the intensity at the gym is a lot higher than what it would be during cutting. Cutting, I'm very low energy. I feel like sometimes I feel like I don't even want to be there at all. During bulk, I feel like I'm walking in like She-Hulk and I'm ready to like kick someone's ass going out of the gym. Like, it's a totally different mindset. Versus cutting, I feel like I'm dragging my body to the car and hoping to make it home. So it's definitely a different energy level in terms of training. What is your favorite muscle group to train while bulking? You know, it switches. So it used to be legs, because I felt like those were powerhouse muscles. I could throw a bunch of weight on leg press and really push hard. But lately I've been feeling my shoulders. And I really enjoy my shoulder workout during this program block. It's a lot harder for me to get through that, and I don't think my previous programs that I followed, my shoulder workouts were intense. So my shoulder workouts are much more intense this time around in this program block. So I get a pump in, like, I don't know, set 2 of my workout for the day, and I'm just, you know, walking around feeling myself at the gym. So right now, shoulders. And then, do you focus more on strength training during this phase? Yes, it's all about strength training. Strength training and high volume for the most part is what my training looks like. How do you track your progress in the gym? So multiple people do this different ways. I actually use an app called Train Heroic. It's an app I've been using for a while. I just pop in my plans in there and what my exercise is, and then I will also track my different weights. So I track it by weights. Some people track it by physical look. Some people track it by physical measurements. It depends on what you're looking for. I always think that weights is better because then I know if I'm hitting a PR or if I'm pushing a lot harder volume-wise, because I'm doing high volume for bikini training. So if I'm seeing my volume increase, I know that I'm going in the right direction for my bulk. Do I use any specific techniques like drop sets or supersets to maximize muscle growth? I utilize both. In my program, there's one superset that I love and hate. It's for shoulders, and it's dumbbell lat raises. So we're doing 15, 12, 8, and then a drop set of 12. Those are 4 sets. So for me, that pretty much annihilates my shoulders for the rest of my workout, but we're doing that, and then in the same day for that workout plan, I also have a superset built in. So that superset is dumbbell curls and then tricep push-downs. So it depends on what the category is. I don't know if I have any for leg day. I think it's mostly just shoulders and back is what my supersets and drop sets are. Supplements. What supplements do you take during bulking phase? I don't take a lot of supplements. I take a multivitamin, creatine, some joint supplement that's supposed to make me feel young again, and then I take a hair supplement. That's it. I also drink pre-workout in the morning that has a little bit of creatine in it as well. So, and I do have EAAs that I just started incorporating in. Those are new to me. I was not taking those before, just to help throughout recovery. Do you increase your protein intake with shakes or rely mostly on whole foods? I rely mostly on whole foods. I don't do well with protein shakes. They have a lot of random ingredients thrown in there. I actually am gluten-free and dairy-free, so for me it's hard to find a protein that's okay with my body and not mess with my digestive system. So I try to stick with whole foods, and that's my protein shakes, I guess, would be the egg whites again. Are there any supplements you avoid during this period? I don't have anything I'm avoiding. I am a natural athlete. I didn't really go into that, so I'm not taking anything performance enhancing, but I'm trying to avoid that for a lot of different reasons. One of my main reasons is I have rheumatoid arthritis, so I don't want to disturb my ecosystem at all. I am off medication for the time being, so I want to keep it that way with my lifestyle and my diet, so I don't want to add anything in there. And then I also just want to see how far I can take it with my body naturally. Mindset and goals. Oh gosh, these are going to be hard. How do you stay motivated when you're not as lean as during your competition phase? This question. Rage. I have to remind myself why I'm doing it, and I have my significant other constantly reminding me to trust the process. So whenever I get on social media and I see other women who are lean and beautiful and look amazing on stage, I have to remind myself that I'm not at that point in my journey right now, that I'm in the eat all the foods that they can't eat currently journey. For me, I just have to remind myself that whatever is underneath all of this, it's going to be worth when I walk across stage. So I guess that keeps me motivated. There's a lot of, for me, it's almost like a routine too. So I'm not just doing it for stage competition. I'm doing it to be healthy, mindset, stress-wise as well. So motivation is, I know that if I don't go to the gym, I'm not going to feel well for the whole day, and I'm going to be crabby, and I'm probably going to overcaffeinate and overcompensate in some way of annoying everyone in the house. So I just go to the gym and everyone's happy. What is your main goal during bulking phase? For me, I need to build out bigger lower body and bigger shoulders, and that's my main goal, is just more muscle mass. I need to be a totally different shape for stage than I was last year and the year before, so I just need to make sure that I'm staying in that process of following my macros and being adhering to all of the rules and guidance that my coach is putting in place so that I can hit those goals. How do you handle the mental aspect of gaining weight intentionally? Gaining weight intentionally is actually very difficult for me. So for me, my metabolism is very different. I am extremely lean. I've always been lean, so gaining weight has always been difficult. So sometimes I'll go through these ebb and flow mind states where one day I feel really good about my weight, sitting at like 119, 120, and then I'll hit 121, and I know that that's where I'm supposed to be going, but then all of a sudden I look in the mirror and I look exactly the same as I did the day before, and now I feel fat. So I know that it's just a mental game. It's not anything more than that. So I'm just trying to figure out, I just try to push mindset out for the day, I guess. It is difficult because I do have to weigh in every single morning. So I try not to overthink or judge the number that's on the scale. I sound really hesitant when I say that because it's kind of bullshit, because I look down and I'm like, oh God. But then I have the same reaction when I lose weight. So if my weight's down, say I go down from like 121 to 118, I'm like, oh, well, great. I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to do. Why is my weight going down? It should be going up. So it's kind of depends on the day and the way the wind's blowing. Do you set short-term goals during your bulk or focus on the end result? So my coach is actually setting my short-term goals. So those are just different individual weigh-in, but overall we're going for a look, right? I'm just focusing on, for me, I focus on different lines that I see when I'm doing my poses, like, oh, this is a new line, I haven't seen that, so there should be some growth there. It was also really helpful to have a coach have me physically measuring my body parts, because what you think doesn't grow, you can go back to week 1 and then see where you are week 4, and maybe it's only like an inch or even half an inch or whatever. It still makes a difference because you know that something is going in the right direction, something is working. So those little short-term goals and what I'm focusing on end result wise is helpful. I also have a couple pro athletes that I follow on social media that are goals, right? Of where I want to be on stage and what my end result figure would look like. Obviously I know my body's different, but similar enough. So that helps because I always check in with them as well, see where they're at. Lifestyle and balance. How do you balance social life with demands of bulking and training? I live with my social life. I live with my support system and my family, and that's pretty much it. So I don't really have much of a social life outside of training and working out. I'm very social for my job, so it's hard for me to want to go do something. I guess I'm talking to people all day long, I'm meeting with people all day long. That's kind of like where my social battery is. So usually at the end of the day I just kind of power down and just relax, and that's it. If we do decide to go out and hang out with friends or something like that, it's just an adjustment in terms of what I'm eating really throughout the day. So if I know, we make plans ahead, hey, what restaurant are you going to, where do you want to meet up, or what do you want to do? We look at the menu ahead of time. We usually pick exactly what we're going to eat and then put it into the app, the macro count, so that way we know for the rest of the day what we're going to do, and it keeps us on track. As far as training goes, I train so early in the morning that I make sure that nothing gets in the way or there's no excuses of getting training done. So if there's anyone that wants to hang out with me at 4 in the morning, the answer is no. I don't want to see you. I don't want to talk to you. I just want to be in the gym doing my thing. And I'm not a morning person, which is wild because people are like, oh, you get up so early. Doesn't mean I am happy to be awake. I'm just doing the things I need to do. Do you ever feel pressure from social media or others to stay lean year round? Yes. So this is hard, especially during competition season when everyone is looking their best. A lot of people will compete during the summer months because obviously you're in a bikini or you're outside or going on vacation or whatever. You want to look lean and wonderful. It is extremely hard because then you kind of feel like, you know, Miss Piggy in the corner just eating your snacks and just hanging out by yourself. I think what I do is vent about it and then get off social media. How do you plan to transition from bulking to cutting? That's gonna be a really, really sad day. So right now, I'm really enjoying bulking because I get to eat the foods. Cutting the last time was difficult for me because it was right around my birthday. So I couldn't even have like cake on my birthday. It was not fun. And then I cut for a really long time because I had 2 shows back to back. So I was just miserable. There's no other way to put it. I'm looking forward to it because I want to see all the work that we've done. But I'm also not looking forward to saying goodbye to some, you know, like my cereal at night and some good snacks that I have lined up, like my peanut butter and apples are probably gonna go away. Just apple, no peanut butter, no happiness. I really like the program block that we just completed. Thought it was really challenging. It was something that I thought I was in good shape. And then once I started going through the motions of each week and finishing out the workouts, I kind of sort of felt like I was getting hit by a bus every single day. I was really sore, really contemplating my life decisions as I was sitting on the toilet wondering how I was going to get back up again. I just am going through the motions right now. So block 2 should be interesting. If you have any questions you want to ask me for the next vlog, you can either put them in the comments. You can also send me a direct message either on TikTok or Instagram. All right, thanks. Bye.